What is happening, Snap-on fans? Welcome back to another delivery. So I've just unpacked all my delivery, got it loaded onto the truck. I've merchandised everything and sorted it all out, so we're ready to roll tomorrow. For those that are in the UK will know that it's a bank holiday Monday here again, as there is nothing that us British love more than a fucking good bank holiday. So the van is getting more and more full every week, which is great. I'm actually starting to run out of space, which is not what I need. But yeah, we've got some fantastic new products, some actual new products, new release products. So we're going to cover all of those first. And then we'll go through the other stuff that is in the flyer. So we've had a new flyer, which is this one. I did have a lovely display, excuse the mess here, because I did have a lovely display here, but for my Zeus Plus, but I've sold my second one now, so it's going to be a couple of weeks till I get a new one. This is the competition I'm running at the minute. It's for the Traxxas 4x4 Rustler, so going to be doing all of last week, this week, so that will finish on Friday next week, so someone's going to win that. So yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's have a look at some tools and see what's new. Yeah, boy. Right then, so we got lots to get through, lots of products, lots of new products. Let's get started. Before we do, I just want to say a massive thank you for all the subscribes, comments and likes that everyone's giving. If you're new to the channel, if it's the first time you're watching this video, or if you're a returning viewer who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe, because I really appreciate it massively, and it's free. What more could you ask for? Right, so first new release product, we have got the TPGDL 2000 heavy duty tyre inflator. Now, this is the unit out of the bag. As you can see, you've got an LED screen where you can change between all the different modes. So you've got bar, KGF, KPA and PSI. This is battery powered from the back, obviously air supply in the bottom. Now this thing is really heavy duty. What you tend to find in a lot of garages is the tyre inflator lives on the end of the airline and it just sort of gets dropped on the floor after it's used. There's not real much care that is took with a tyre inflator, and you tend to normally find within a year they tend to normally break or stop working or become inaccurate. Now the good thing about this is you've got a really heavy duty plastic body, but the actual gauge, the hose and the trigger mechanism is lifetime warranty. So I believe from our sales meeting, I don't think the actual plastic body is itself, but I think the main three components are lifetime warranty. Now, good thing with this is it also comes with the other end, so that if you have to go up into a valve, I think a lot of truck or heavy duty vehicles have one where you need to go up or in, where you can't just sort of get into it from the top. So you've got that adapter with it as well. So yeah, that's the first new release product here in the UK. On to the next. So a lot of mechanics will have come across these fuel line connectors, which are a real pain in the backside, where 9 times out of 10 they're normally on the top of the vehicle, and you get a normal set of pliers that sort of almost look like a dung beetle's jaws that sort of grip on the tyre, press these two clips and pulls it apart. Sometimes after they've been in the car for a while they can be quite stubborn to undo. Now some amazing engineer decided that it would be a fantastic idea to drop these down the bottom of the engine block and make them really hard to get to, which is even harder to use a pair of pliers. We've come up with this, the SFL DP1. Now this looks like, so at first people are probably thinking this looks a lot like the one that you can use for the water clip pliers, but obviously it's got a different end. It's obviously ratcheting mechanism as well, so obviously it opens and closes the jaws. So with this gives you the ability to obviously drop this down into the back of the engine bay or wherever these are that are awkward to get hold of, to squeeze and release. Nice and easy, simple, and a lot less faff than trying to get a set of pliers down there. So these are a new product. I currently have 5 of these and I can't see these hanging about. Next new product, we have got these SOSG 046 sunglasses. Now these come in 3 different colours. I think you've got black, grey and the blue that I am modelling here. Now these look more like sunglasses compared to a lot of the safety glasses that we normally do, so they're a lot more stylish. Now the thing that makes these so good is they have interchangeable lenses that you can just pop out. So I think there's a clear and like a photochrome sort of effect, which I think is these ones. But yeah, really cool. I think they look a lot better than the sort of older style that we did. They look a lot more snazzy. And for those of you that wear safety glasses all the time, they look a lot cooler. And next up, we have the PWC 48 quick changing ratcheting crimpers. So these come in a snazzy little bag. You've obviously got the pliers here, and then it comes with all the different ends that you simply just slot into there. So just to show you quickly, on the back of the box you have all the different jaws and whatnot. Hopefully you can see that. So you can see jaw A, B, C and H. So yeah, these are a very good seller. These always go down very well when they are on the truck. Normally at full money they sell like hotcakes, but these are on a promotion this week. So now, main part of the pie, we've got lots of electrical stuff. So we're going to start with the multimeters. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So to start off with the multimeters, we have the basic digital multimeter. This is EEDM504F. Now, obviously this is the lower end of multimeters. So if you don't use multimeters a lot, but you kind of want to snap on one, this would be the one to go. It does all the basic settings that you would need. Comes with a little bag and a set of leads like so. Now if I turn this on, you can see it's just got a standard multimeter screen. Now as we go up to the others, you'll see the screen changes. So this is the basic multimeter. Then next up we have the digital multimeter enhanced. Part number on that, EEDM525F. Now looks very similar, but this has got a lot more functions than what the basic one has. So this is Cat 3 rated for 1000 volts and Cat 4 rated for 600 volts, whereas the old one, Cat 2 rated for 1000 volts and Cat 3 rated for 600 volts. So yeah, this is the next level up. Like I said, so obviously it's got just a bit more features. I'm not going to go into massive details on these because I'm going to do I've got planned one video about all 3 different multimeters and the features of and benefits of each platform, and what differs more as you go up the food chain in multimeters. Hence why I'm not going into massive detail now, just to keep this one about the products and what is new in this delivery. And again, you get a bag and your multimeter leads in the box with it. And last up, we have the EEDM596FK Advanced Digital Multimeter Kit. Now, this one comes in a very snazzy zip-up bag. Obviously, as it being one of the higher tier multimeters that we do. Now, as you see when I turn this one on, it's got a lot better screen than the bottom models. It's got a brighter colour screen. Now this one has all of the bells and the whistles. So obviously this is hybrid rated, so it's Cat 3 at 750 volts AC and Cat 3 1000 volts at DC, and Cat 4 600 volts AC and DC, as it says in the top corner there. Now, the main thing that makes this stand out over all the other multimeters that we do is that little button there, the Bluetooth button, because this is a Bluetooth multimeter that you can connect to your phone. Now, I'd love to show you that, but I use my phone to record from, so I kind of can't do that at the minute. But what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a video on all of these, and I'll get my iPad and I'll show you how it all works. But it's nice and simple and easy to do. You basically just connect it to your phone. We have an app, you just download that onto your phone. Works on all iPhones and Androids, Samsung, whatever, and then you compare the two to your phone. It's quick and easy to do, but it gives you that ability to be in two places at once. So if you're in the shop on your own, or you work alone, or you just like to be more independent and you need to check what's happening at the back of the car, say you're pressing a brake pedal and you want to know what's happening at the back of the car. Normally you can't do that unless you buy an excessively long set of leads, and with that you might not always get an accurate reading. So what this gives you the ability to do is connect this up at the back of the vehicle and take your phone into the front of the vehicle, turn the ignition on, you can see what's happening with all the voltage, it records to your phone and everything. It's a fantastic bit of kit. Like I said, I'm going to go into more detail on all of these on a video, which to be honest should be probably next week, so you should be lucky, you should be having 2 videos next week. Woo! And yeah, and in with this one you obviously get the lead set, you get like a ignition clamp, a manual and temperature sensors as well, temperature reader sensors, and it comes in a snazzy little Velcro case. So to back up all of that, we have some multimeter leads. Now this one, part number SIL 129443, is probably one of the most popular ones that I sell, because it has a very good coverage of what's in there. So in the kit you get your obviously your leads, you obviously get your standard straight tip. Next in that set you get these two, which are a very fine needle point. You can remove the cap and it reveals a very sharp point, a lot sharper than the other one, which has 1k volt cat 3 rated, and I've never seen that before, but it also says 20A, so I'm guessing it's 20 amps, so maybe these are fused. I don't know. If you've bought the set before, comment below, let me know. Then you also have these, which obviously you can put your wire in there, you scroll that wheel and obviously it pushes the needle in, so you can pierce a wire and get the reading from there. That's why most people buy these, is for this. And then of course trusty crocodile clips. Then we have the MTTL 7005PK. So obviously these are back probes, as it says on. So obviously colour coordinated insulated pins. They are 0.8mm end, so they're not like sharp at the end, they're quite like a blunt finish. Obviously really good for pushing into the back of connectors and stuff like that. Obviously if you're wanting to stab in wires, I wouldn't buy these. These are more for pushing into the back of connectors and stuff like that. And obviously they've got the standard 4mm jack end that most multimeter leads have. So yeah, these are another very good seller. Obviously we sell some cheaper Blue Point ones, but they're never as good as these ones. And last on the multimeters, we have the YA1175 kit. Now this is not one that I've ever seen before. To be honest, I didn't even know we did it. Obviously 7-piece retractable lead test kit. Have anyone ever used one of these before? If you have, drop some comments below, let me know some feedback, if you've ever used one of these before. So last up for the multimeters is this little hidden gem. So part number on this is EEDM MAG strap. So what this is for is this section here is Velcro, and on our new style ones you feed this through the strap at the top. Then this is magnetic, and you have a little hook as well. So what this gives you the ability to do is, if you're testing in an engine bay and you have the car running and you don't like leaving it on because the engine vibrates and it works the multimeter off, you can magnetize this to the top of the bonnet and it will hang there nicely. And if it's an aluminium bonnet, you can find somewhere to hang it with this. This is something not a lot of people know we sell, and these are a fantastic little add-on for our new style multimeters. Next up, we have the YA KS42 soldering iron. Now these I have got in red, green and orange, and God, these couldn't come any sooner. Customers of mine will know that I have not had these for a while, and I have been trying to get them for ages, and now I finally have. So obviously it comes in this nice little base station, so it keeps everything together. So the soldering iron itself is magnetic, so that's a handy feature to have on any soldering iron. Sometimes you can put them down, knock a wire or knock them, and you can end up burning something or setting something on fire. Obviously these things get very hot, so obviously you can stick it to something and it keeps the tip out of the way. Quick detachable ends, you get a spare one in the bottom, so you can have two set up, so there's no long, like on our old ones where you had to sort of unscrew the end, wait for it to cool down and take the thing off and then slip the new tip in. It's nice and quick and easy to do that. So it's quick and easy to do. All you need to do, line up the two holes there and twist, and she's in. One hand operation, so obviously slide it up to start the gas and then click. You can change the wattage down the bottom, and these are 25 to 130 watts. Then on there you've obviously got all your different tips, your hot cutting blade, your different tips, but then you also have this snazzy little number. Now on the back of it here you will see this plastic rod. Now obviously we sell these in different plastics and I think colours as well, so depending what you're doing you can use the right plastic for the job, but obviously this basically turns it into a plastic soldering iron. So obviously you feed your plastic through there and obviously it melts it. As this melts the plastic, this is adding to it, so you can do plastic welding as well. So yeah, these are a fantastic product. One thing I've learned about these is definitely don't use a cheap gas. You want as high a butane count as possible on these. You don't want to be using cheap gas. You want to be using something good. From a lot of research I've done on these, if you use cheap gas, they often tend to splutter, or it blocks it up inside and stops it from igniting. So yeah, you want to use very good gas on these. Next up on this week's promotion, we have Torch 400, and again we have these in all different colours. I think there's red, green, orange and dark titanium. So obviously this is the torch itself. We did the Torch 400 and the Torch 300. Obviously the 400 has the bigger end compared to the 300. So this is the higher power version over the 300. This one's 50 to 820 watts, changeable through the wheel on the side there. Put your gas in there. Obviously good feature about this, it's locked until you press the lock button on the back, and then obviously it gives you the ability to ignite it, and then to turn it off you just press that in and it turns it off. Again, these want a very good gas with a very high butane count. You don't want to be using cheap gas, because the same on these, you'll find that they splutter a lot and struggle to light on cheap gas. And the last product for this week, we have the EPC 106. Now these are really good flush cutters. I sell quite a lot of these. Now they've got this here which you can flick up and it makes them spring loaded. You can flick them back and then it's not. As it says in the handle, these are just for plastic, so cutting zip ties and stuff like that. They're not for cutting metal or anything like that. These are solely just for plastic and cutting plastic. That is it. Zip ties, little plastic studs, anything like that. If it involves metal, they're no good for it. Don't use it. You're going to blunt them, as I've had customers in the past that have gone and used them on cutting some welding wire or something like that, and it's chewed all the tips up. It says plastic. But nevertheless, fantastic thing to have in your toolbox. Really good for, like I say, because they're flush cut. when you've used a zip tie, cutting it off flush. It doesn't leave a sharp edge or anything like that. So yeah, I've got a lot of customers that have got these handy things to have in the old toolbox. I know I said that was the last one, but I've just remembered these now. I don't think I've seen these before. I don't even know if these are a new product. I've never seen them. So obviously we did the 312 CF long cutters. These are the teeny weeny deeny tiny version of them. As we can see here, we got these down. These are the big long neck side cutters, and these are the teeny tiny version. I also have these in green, but as you can see, there is a massive difference. So obviously you're going to come across jobs where the standard cutter, you can't get in because your hands are in the way, as we talked about in the last video with the long nose pliers. But you might tend to find that this is too big. That's where these little bad boys will come into play. These are really smart. I've never seen these before. But yeah, really cool. I think these will sell really well. Part number on these is 808 CF, and then obviously the colour. I've only got green and red. I don't know why I've not got orange. See, you learn something new every day. I didn't even know they existed. Now I do. So that's it for this week. Again, thank you for stopping by and watching another video. We've got loads of stuff coming. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be able to upload a van tour, which I've said before. I'm just trying to finish off getting a few bits sorted with a van that I want to get sorted. So we're going to be doing that again. Like I said, the multimeter differences, difference in the diagnostic machines. I've got loads of videos planned up, so you want to stay tuned for that. Drop a subscribe and keep up to date. So that's it. So until then, I'll catch you on the next one.